Hi, and welcome to this module on lead nurture. Now, this is for cleaning businesses, and this is the system that we recommend to transform your leads into clients over a period of time. This is one of the most important things that you can do and implement into your business, because every single lead that you don't contact is wasted money, and it's also wasted potential. So one of the key lessons that we need to kind of really understand is that speed and consistency in follow-up will determine whether you lose or win the job. And if you think about, most customers are probably looking at one or two people at the same time. So whoever responds first is going to win. Now, there are going to be times when we can't respond, like 2 in the morning, for example. So what we need to do is, for the times that we can respond, we need to be on top of it, and we need to be responsive and professional. So a really good system here means more bookings, you get a better show rate, and a higher client retention. The client retention begins from day one. So as soon as someone becomes a lead, that's when client retention begins, because how we treat them when they're a lead will also give them a very strong indicator of how we'll treat them when they're a client. So we need to make sure both people are taken care of properly. Okay, so the difference to thriving and surviving as a cleaning business and any service business owner comes down to how well you nurture each and every opportunity. Okay, cool. So pillar number 1 is availability. Now, this one cops, a lot of people disagree with this. I actually recommend that you offer appointment slots for quotes 7 days a week, especially evenings and weekends, when people are available, customers are available. You need to be available when your customers are. If we look at the world of personal training as a very strong contrast, most personal trainers are not expecting to have their clients between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. They are expecting to work from 6 a.m. till 9 a.m. and from 4 o'clock onwards, because that's when people are available. So what we need to keep in mind is that people's availabilities are different, and if we open up more slots per week, we're going to have a much better likelihood of actually quoting and getting those people's business. If you close from quoting, you don't have to clean on these days, but if you close from quoting on Saturdays and Sundays and from taking calls on those days, you're actually losing 40% of the year just about, which is a significant portion of available bookings. And here's the other cool thing. Your competitors won't be doing it. And just because you can do it doesn't mean you will be doing it. It's highly unlikely you're going to get your whole Saturdays and Sundays booked out with leads who want quotes. But if you did get 8 bookings for that day, you'd be crazy not to do it, because then you could basically close 8 people with a key point of difference that you were available. So even though this one isn't the most popular viewpoint, it is one of the ones that is one of the smallest investments for the highest return on investment. Have more time available. Now from there, more options, more bookings, flexible scheduling. I don't recommend every half hour. I give people the option every 15 minutes. You can then chuck on buffer times around those appointments to get people in. But if it's only like 12, 12:30, 1, 1:30, people generally tend to book less. Having more availabilities open on the calendar looks better to the customer. And it's, again, highly unlikely you're going to be quoting like 30 jobs a week. So this is another way to make it look like you're more available, but not actually have to do any more work. And then automated tools. Self-scheduling tools like Calendly, Jobber, or Housecall Pro to eliminate friction. They're US-based tools. So any tool that you do to make it easier is going to make it better. So a couple of things that make you much more likely to win the client. Fast response. 5 minutes. Ideally under 60 seconds will beat your competition. If a client opts into a Facebook lead ad and sends their phone details, for example, if you call them that minute, they will more than likely pick up the phone, because they'll expect it. They won't expect it. They'll be like, oh, that must be the lead, the person I inquired to. It is a fantastic way to prove that you care more than everyone else. Now, quick booking. Generally schedule appointments the same day, next day, within 48 hours maximum, 72 if you have to. The faster you get someone in, the less time they have to think about ways to say no and how to get out of it. So I recommend quick bookings as much as you can, because the value to your business is incredibly high. If someone can bring in the potential, say $200 every week, for example, that's $10,000 a year. To go see them that day, I think that's a worthwhile investment of time. I don't think anyone has actually had a good argument for that yet. Unless you are fully booked out and you can only take on one more customer. In any other situation, you have time availability, you go take it. Immediate contact. Call immediately. Do not just wait for emails or text. Okay? Very important to do. And use your downtime for follow-up tasks to keep leads warm, engaged. Send out emails, send information, etc. Now, pillar number 3 of this is personalization. When you reach out to your clients, you're going to call, you're going to text, you're going to email. Okay? Whichever one they respond back to, use that channel. Okay? That is the preferred channel of the customer. Make it easy for them in the beginning to work with you, and then down the track they will move into your preferred system of communication, because they're not going to be a lead forever. What's going to happen is that they're actually going to become a customer, so you can just put your preferred communications channel in that strategy. So that is a very, very important thing to do. Now, this next one is, and this goes into our attraction offers that we talk about in our money models, but we want to incentivize action. So encourage quote bookings. Book today, get a free oven clean add-on. So for example, if I was going to call someone, hey, yep, absolutely. You know what? We can actually fit the quote in today between 3 and 4. If you want to do it today, and we get you in today, we can also throw a free oven clean on as well. So what's works better for you? 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock? Be very, very use free offers like oven cleans and stuff like that don't take too much time. They're a pain in the ass and a massive pain point for people to get more people to actually book that quote quicker. Throwing something free on instead of a discount works better 10 out of 10 times. I highly recommend you do it, because once you get someone in there, you show their value, you can basically make a higher degree of sales. And then relevant proof. So when you're actually speaking to a client and you've actually booked them in, between the call and when you go for the quote, send some reviews and before and after some similar clients in the area. Now, if you've been cleaning for any period of time, you're going to have before and afters in reviews. So send them to your customers. Give more social proof of what you do, that you're the best. And make every lead feel like your only lead by telling conversations to mention their suburb, service type, or specific pain point. What do they want solved from you? Okay. So now it's the volume part. This is the hardest part of it. Now follow the system is the rule here. No one is above the system. The system is king. This is the same system that's used in the highest volume sales centers to get the most amount of sales. So day one, double dial plus 3 texts. Okay, make initial contact count. So what you want to do is call them, they don't answer, call back immediately, because most people will think it's a scam. And if they have an iPhone, your number will potentially come up, particularly after a text, and send a text. Make initial contact count. You want to reach out 3 times over that day, because you want to get that person in. Now, if they opt in at 8 o'clock at night, you don't do that. The next day is day 1. You contact them 3 times that day. You want to use multiple times a day to contact the people because of their availabilities that they have. Next one is is days 2 to 3, 2 touch-ups a day. You got to maintain momentum. You have to constantly be following up your clients. Remember, they have showed interest. Okay, they've absolutely showed interest, so it is imperative that we do this. The vast majority of sales happen after 5 to 7 contacts when someone has opted in for something. The majority of businesses give up at 1.3. Do you want to be a winner, or do you want to not get the client? I would take the phone calls and get the client, because the value of return on investment is worth it. In days 4 to 7, 1 touch per day, call, text, email, stay persistent. Do not give up on the lead. Now, once someone books in, okay, you want to have automated reminders and manual follow-ups, okay? So 24 hours, 12 hours, and 3 hours before the quote comes in, so you can reach out to them, and then you can quote with normal text messages as well. Now, what I also like to do is apply the BAM-FAM formula, book a meeting from a meeting. Always lock in the next step before ending the conversation. So if they have to think about it, you're going to book in another call to follow up. If you're going to do the quote, you book in the quote on that actual call. You don't let them go away and get back to you. It just doesn't work. You will lose so much business that way. It's not crazy. If you do a once-off clean, you try and book in a follow-up clean, whether it's another deep clean or regular cleaning. Always book a meeting from a meeting. Okay? This way, you will make so much more money, and you'll get clients so much more engaged. It just is a worthwhile thing. And then the last one is, none of this works unless your team does it. Okay? So monitor the show rates, monitor the close rates, and monitor the lead ratio. Okay? So what I would be looking at here is, say you get like 10 leads, we'll say 10 leads. Okay? You've got 10 leads come in, you book 4 people in to actually get a quote. Okay? That's terrible. Right? So we need to improve that. We can work on that particular thing, and a lot of it will be lead time to lead, or maybe the script that you're using, or maybe the offer's not good enough. We can break it down and figure out which one gets you better. The next one, close rate. How many people do you quote and get in? So if you're closing 1 out of 10 leads, you may be pricing too high, you may suck at the sales process. Whatever it is, it doesn't make a difference. It's not a bad thing. We just fix the problem. So the whole point of tracking data is to solve problems. And then you lead the close ratio by rep or cleaner, because from there, what you can see is For every 3 leads I'm going to get 1 client. That allows you to work out your cost of customer acquisition and win, which is the most important thing that we're doing here. So these are a couple of the rules that we use for this, okay? Is we want to build a culture in the business where follow-up is a priority, okay? We want the whole business to be orientated around this. Follow-up is a priority. You guys work with me, you know that if you send a message, you are going to get a response pretty quickly, okay? Sometimes there's obviously things that happen, but the majority of the time you get a response back within like 20 minutes, no matter what it is. So you want to love the boring work. Speedy replies and consistent reminders separate winners from wannabes. The faster you respond, the more consistent you are reminding clients of what's going on, the more money you make. It is simple as that. This is tracked across every industry. It's nothing unique to what we're talking about today, but the vast majority of people don't do it. And with automated tools, you've really got no excuse. Yellows are the new gold, okay? So we would classify a no as red, a yellow as I'll think about it, and a green as yes, we're going ahead. So if someone's a think about lead, keep following them up. Follow them up until they tell you to get lost. That's the rule. You never let a lead go. You put them on nurture sequences, you follow up, you follow up every single week on these people to eventually get them in. This one here, volume beats luck every single time. If you outwork your competitors through consistent effort and systematic follow-up, you will win. I have been, might have finally found one, but for 3 months before this call, been trying to get a single cleaner to follow up back with us to actually book them in to clean our house. Now, the reason why we use that way is because if they're not going to follow up, what kind of job are they going to do on the house? Are they going to be detail oriented? Are they going to do the best possible work? If they can't be bothered responding to someone who wants to pay them money, are they going to put their best effort in? I think we all know what the answer is, and it's a firm no. Now from here, no judgment. Every lead is practice. Small inquiries with the same professional as large ones. Okay, everyone matters just as much. It doesn't matter if they're a once-off clean, if they're a commercial contract, whatever it is, they all matter just the same because we don't know what can come from it. And then process over ego. Okay, no one's above the system. Consistency creates results, not individual heroics. In a business, particularly a cleaning business, we are not looking for a superstar to basically run the business like Elon Musk and Tesla. We are looking for a team to deliver a consistent experience for the customer every single time. So make sure that you're consistent with everything you do. So why does this work? Cleaning is competitive. There's lots of cleaning businesses out there. Speed, availability, personalization, and volume are the edge over competitors. From personal experience, I've been trying to book a cleaner for 3 months. I could not get a single person to respond to us. It took all the way 3 months to get one response back, and that person even missed their first appointment to come in and actually give a quote. So if you can, that's the standard that we're kind of going against. If you can beat that standard, you are going to get far more business than everyone else. You are going to make more sales. You are going to succeed faster, okay? You're also going to get better reviews for being on top of it. So execute daily, track results, stay consistent, and this will allow you to make a thriving and profitable cleaning business.